everybody. What's up? You're watching a special pre-recorded episode of 3 Men in a Basement, the second dealer preview. I got my 3 men in a basement hanging out, but first you got to watch this intro from this guy that happens to be here, Lenny from Spineworks. Then we're going to get started with some great comic talk. All right, everybody, we are rocking and rolling on this video because you know what? When you have 3 men in a basement and you have a comic book swap coming up, you got to have 3 dealer previews. But everybody's getting ready, so I had to invite some of my close friends. First and foremost, my co-host, Mr. Leonard Cerna from Spineworks. Lenny, how are you, my friend?
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me back, as always.
It's always very much. You got a great shirt on right there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at that. There you go. Rocking the logo.
I can't prepare.
Because 3 Men in a Basement is such a big channel, we needed a third co-host. So I had to recruit my brother, Power Kid Comics, Brett Swanson. How are you today, bro? What's going on?
What's up, guys? What's up?
Now, you're rocking a Power Kid shirt?
I'm rocking the Power Kid shirt.
Now, did the Greeno print that?
He did.
He did. That guy's a good guy, right?
He did. Absolutely.
He's awesome. Yep. I think he did this one too.
Yeah, I think he did this one too.
I think he did them all.
Yeah. Right.
Shout out to the alternate Dave.
Yes, exactly. The Greeno. Yep. So, guys, before we get started, remember to please like this video. Why wouldn't you? We're just talking about comic books. Hit the notification bell so when you know when our next dealer preview show is live, that'll be this Wednesday night. Please subscribe to the channel. It only helps us grow, and it only helps you find out when we're hosting more events. And leave a comment below. Do you have a question for one of our artists? Do you have a question for Lenny at Spineworks? Do you have a question for one of our dealers? Remember, this video is a true living video where you can ask people, hey, please bring Bronze Age Spider-Man. Please bring, I'm looking for specific issues. The dealers will get into this and look at these videos and have it. We've already done one. That was a week ago. It's got over 500 views. This Saturday is our big show. We will be at the Angry Hair in Newington, Connecticut for our 3rd huge comic book swap. This is actually our 6th one, but this is the 3rd one we've done with this capacity. And it's a lot of fun. And we want to give a shout out to the Angry Hair in Newington for letting us use their facility. I can't believe he still lets us use it for this time.
I've been meaning to ask, and I should have asked this a long time. Why does he call it Angry Hair?
Well, you know what? It stemmed from, I think, the Angry Chair from Alice in Chains, a song, and he's a hairdresser. So you want to be aggressive. You want to get going. You kind of want to have it there. So that's what it's from. Okay. So gotcha. Pretty exciting to do it. And I think that's good. A lot of fun. And he gives us a facility. It's the 2nd facility that he's owned. So we're excited to do it. But I do want to tell you guys, this wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for our sponsors. So I want to give a shout out to our sponsors like the Angry Hair, Sweet Gems, Big Daddy's Comics, Comic CT, New York Comic Auctions, Little Giant Comics, our local Dunkin' Donuts. Find these guys on social media, you guys. Follow them. Then we have our near mint sponsors, the COMICOM podcast. I was just on that with Justin talking about it. MILLHOUSE Comics, CK Suite. Can't wait to show you what they're bringing to the swap. My man, Deep Dive Comics, DJ LINX will be there. J&S Collectibles, who are be on tonight, and CHUCKINGDOM Comics, who absolutely brings fire. And then we also have many friends of the channel. All right. So friends of the channel, Copy 801, Simply Cypress. My man, Jim O'Shea, Pope of Chillytown. I got to get rid of that L. Planet Mayhem and Biohazard are all friends of the channels. Make sure you follow those guys and see what's up and get ready. So just before we started getting going with Power Kid Comics, Lenny, I'm going to highlight you because I want to know what's been going on with Spineworks, especially down in Florida. So like we always do at this time.
Well, yeah, it's fancy.
Highlight this guy, man.
All right, so let's see if I can do this right.
That
Okay,
never gets old.
it doesn't. Wait till I pull on the one.
It never does. Never. It never gets old, especially when I'm on Sith's show.
Spine
pulls it
ticks.
up.
Yep. Yeah.
Spine ticks, because that's where it came from, right?
That's where it came from. Yeah. So 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, he goes on Spine Ticks after we've been day drinking, which turns into night drinking, and he keeps going. I just went to sleep because I'm old. So all right, Lenny, tell me about Spineworks, where you were this past weekend, and give the gentleman a plug because he had a great idea. I love the thing. He had a swap, right?
Oh yeah. So Alex, the owner of Thrifting Comics here in Florida, it's northern part of Orlando. He has a huge store, and he decided that he wanted to do a gathering of his customers so they can actually get together, sell books, trade books, and get the community together.
Yes.
Which I think he's done a fantastic job on a short notice, because literally when he asked me, it was just like 2 weeks before the swap, and I was like, yeah, sure, of course I can
Sure.
be there. And it just so happens that uh, majority of the people I already know because they're customers and new faces, and of course there's people who I guess they're all over YouTube.
Yep.
And of course, they've watched 3 Men in the Basement. They've seen
Love
me
it.
on Spine Ticks, and in any other type of YouTubing uh, show. And they like, hey, I've seen you. You're that pressure guy. And I was like, yeah, I'm that guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't have a name. I'm just that guy.
That
You're
guy.
that
That guy.
guy.
Right. Right.
That guy. So I got along with everybody, and it was great. We took a lot of pictures. Um, we He allows you to bring two boxes, so you
Okay.
can sell or trade. We were not much into the selling part, but we were more into the submissions,
Good.
introducing ourselves to the people who don't know the pros and cons of this part of the hobby, where it comes to the grading,
Correct.
pressing, cleaning, and stuff like that. Because a lot of people have some misconceptions, and you have to just lay it out there and explain, hey, even though I do all this, it doesn't guarantee you a 9.8.
Correct.
Uh,
Correct. Correct.
it's all about the aesthetics. It makes the book look much better. There's been times where a book looked a little worn, and now it's been revitalized. The page looks crisp, cleaner. So it gives a benefit to doing the pressing and cleaning. But you just have to explain to them the expectations of what the service can do for them. And a lot of people are like, all right, why not? Here, let me give you this book because I've had it for years since I was a kid. I've read it 1,000 times. It's like an auto story.
Yeah.
I've read it
Right.
1,000 times, but I want to encapsulate this because I
Yep.
want to pass it down to my son. And
Mhm.
that was the incredible part. A lot of people brought their little kids with them.
Good.
And
Good. Good.
yeah, so that's the future, right?
Yep. Yep.
So, he was like, I want to pass this on to my son, but I don't want to do it in this condition. So I was like, sure, we'll take care of that. And we'll get it graded. And, we could always meet back here at the store because Alex uh, is like I said, really cool guy. And he said, hey, Lenny, whenever you want to come, you want to meet up with customers here, we can make this a drop off point, not a problem. I said, great, anything to help you, help us, you know, and bring more traffic into your store, not a problem. Be happy to
Love
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and he's only 35 minutes from me, so it's not too bad.
Nice.
And
Now, you had said that sales weren't that big, right? But that's
yeah,
okay,
on
right?
my end,
On your
I'm
end,
okay with
right?
that. Yeah, yeah.
But you
But
did take in lots of submissions, though, right?
yeah, yes, we did. Actually, I was pretty surprised. Probably about 100 books.
Really?
So it
Okay.
was for a gathering that started officially at 11 o'clock. We finished at 3. We took in 100 books for such a
Oh,
small
nice.
amount of time,
Yeah.
and I was surprised. I was like, wow, I didn't expect this, and it was a great gathering. There was customers from afar. There was a guy that drove 2 hours to get there, and I
Okay. There
was
you
like,
go.
wow. And he's close. He's from Boston. So of
Really?
course, Yeah, he just moved to Florida not long ago,
Okay.
and the guy is a big Boston Red Sox fan.
All right.
And of course, as soon as he sees me, you're that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, where did you see me from?
Yeah.
And I don't know what show. I think it was a different show that he said he saw me on.
Okay. It's
And
all
and
good, man. All good.
a- and he goes, I know you're a New Yorker, right? I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. He goes,
Yeah.
you're a
You know that
Yankees
was
fan.
coming.
Yeah. So
You
it was,
knew that was coming. Well, good, good. It seems like you had a great weekend.
yeah.
You know, we just had Free Comic Book Day up here. Brett, you were
Oh
one of
yeah.
the featured guests at Most Excellent Comics, right? In
I
Enfield,
was.
Connecticut.
I was. As you
And
know, I normally do New London at Sarge's Comics, but this year, my buddy Mike Murray, he's been after me for years to do Most Excellent Comics, so I actually did that. Yeah.
good, good, good. And did you pick up any of the new comics from Free Comic Book Day?
Of course I did. Of
Of
course.
course, of course.
Of course.
Did you get to dig through any long? Did he have any sales at the store?
Not that I was aware of. I mean, he may have.
Okay.
But when at the end of the day, I loaded up and I went back. I briefly looked through, but it was more modern books, and I'm more old school. I was looking for
Correct.
something more Silver Age. Didn't see too much of that, but he may have had some sales. If he did, I was not aware.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Now,
Yeah.
I did free plug here for 3 Minute Basement. I just did a video on 3 Minute Basement. I went to 3 stores. I had a great time. I showed you my haul video, what I picked up. But I noticed at 2 out of the 3 stores, there was lots of kids. Now, I'm not talking teenagers. I'm talking parents with
Okay.
their kids to
That's
the
good.
point where they were buying lots of things. You know, it was great to see the kids in the comic book community because they're the future. There's what it's going to be. And I actually remember seeing a guy a couple years younger than me. Kids were a little bit younger than mine. Obviously, I have teenagers, and I wanted to give him a free pass to the swap, you know, and just say, "Hey, man, I'm hosting my own show." Blah blah blah. He goes, "I'm really just here for the kids," and I'm like, "I get it, man. Well, they get in for free,
Right.
so
Right.
they get in for free. So please bring them." So that was really fun to see, and it was a great way to see life in the community, like Free Comic Book Day used to be pre-COVID, because this was an event, and I'm telling you, it's getting back up there, man. I mean, people are out there now, and I was excited to see it. So
Good.
that's just a great introduction. So for those of you guys don't know, Brett, Power Kid Comics will be one of our featured artists at the 3 Minute Basement comic book swap. I'm looking for the original highlight.
Highlight that guy, man.
And I'm gonna put him up on the big screen.
That's awesome.
So
No, awesome. Hey, I really appreciate being here. And as you guys know, I'm the writer and artist of Power Kid Comics. I will be at 3 Men in the Basement Comic Swap this coming weekend. I'm gonna mix it up this time. I'm gonna have just a couple of my books, some of my biggest sellers. And then I'm gonna mix it up and have some older books that I'm trying to sell. So I'm gonna show you that
nice.
in a couple minutes.
Okay.
So you know, some of my early books are still pretty good, but they're not some of my biggest sellers. A lot of the later issues are. So as you know, Power Kid 324,
Yep.
you know, Dr. Broccoli, Steel Dragon.
Is that
along
Dr.
with
Broccoli's first
Power Kid.
appearance, Brett? Oh no, he's back.
It's
That's the return.
his second
Yep.
appearance. He was kind of like a throwaway character. I never expected too much from this character, but the feedback has been phenomenal. I just keep bringing him back, and people love it. So I think I'm going to start with 324 and just do the other ones in sync. So I got
You know, Brett,
yeah.
to interrupt you, you know, that's kind of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shredder was a throwaway character.
That's true. That's true. They didn't expect
You
him to
know,
do anything.
that's
You know,
right. That's why they killed him in the end of the book.
Yep, I've been coming up with these characters, and I'll tell you what. When his first appearance, which was in Power Kid #2, I needed a quick 8-page story, and I didn't know what to do, so I came up with this character, which was quote disposable. Right? I was like, whatever. And I'll tell you what, the feedback has been phenomenal on this character. I'm like,
Well,
it's
that's
just
good.
it's just a piece of broccoli, right? But people
But you,
really love it. So I keep bringing the
So funny.
character
He's just
back,
a piece of broccoli.
and you know, of course, he's back and he's steamed. Right,
Yeah.
right. So yeah.
nice.
Also, 325, enter Fred the Destroyer with some of the other characters, leading up to 326, which is the first appearance of the Power Pals.
Yes.
As you know, those that have been reading the book in the last couple issues, Power Kid himself has been asking some of his super powered friends to join his team, kind of like a junior Justice League. Yeah. So
now,
that,
Brett,
of course.
where'd you get
What's up?
that villain with the one eye from? He looks very familiar.
Some people have said that it may have been subconsciously of Kang from The Simpsons.
Yes.
But I had this character in my mind called Repulso, and he's kind of got like the octopus legs, whatever. Repulso the Repugnant, and those that know their comics know that this is a cover swipe of Brave and the Bold 28.
28. Yep.
Yep. So
Even to the banner, even to the marquee banner,
even
right
the
there,
banner and everything.
Yeah.
And this was, as if you look at the other issues, I decided this was going to be the time that I started altering the book. I wanted to do something different. And then I kept it up. So 327.
Now, hold on a second, Brett. Hold on a second, because I owe you this. For those of you guys want to see what it looks like in a graded.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
it right there. So Brett, you'll get these this weekend along with
I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
And of course, those that know, this is the next issue, Power Kid 327, and it's a cover swipe of Fantastic Four 249.
That's
John
right.
Byrne classic.
John Byrne classic, Gladiator, and then of course, as we did last year, issue number 328. This is the main cover. This was a cover swipe of the Superman Spectacular 1977 with Luthor and Brainiac over the body of Superman. One of my favorite issues as a kid, so I decided to use that as the basis for the cover. But as Three Men in the Basement fans know, we also did a variant cover.
That's right.
Ooh.
That's right, and there it is. So
now,
this is the Three Men in the Basement cover.
Brett, I have a question.
Yes.
I would like a remark on one of my copies.
Sure.
Do you charge for remarks and signatures at your shows?
I will not. No.
You will not. I love to hear that. I love to hear that.
No.
So,
Unless if there's a huge demand, then I may have to reconsider.
Yes. Brett, I'm thinking a Batman head, and him saying like, "This used to be my book. What just happened?"
Right. I'll tell you what. I did Free Comic Book Day last weekend at Most Excellent Comics, and somebody came up to me and goes, "I know this cover, but I can't place it." And I went,
"Get out of here."
I said, "Batman and the Outsiders." He goes, "Oh my God, that's it." And I said, "Yeah." And then I started talking up Three Men in the Basement.
Thank you.
So I don't actually know if you got any more subscribers, but
we picked up a couple, to be honest with you, since last weekend, which was great. Yeah, good.
So I have that, right? And then I also offer trade books. So I do the collected edition Power Kid Volume 1 has the first 5 issues. Volume 2 has the next 5 issues. So that's 10 issues in 2 volumes.
Nice.
Right. And then I also do other books too. As I told earlier, I was alluding to the fact that I'm working on Sentinel book number 2, but here's book number 1.
Love it.
Long awaited. I did this in 2009. Long awaited book number 2. I'm with the whiteout on it. It's awesome. It's awesome. And I also do the Still Dragon. So that'll be available. And I also do some acrylic painting, as everybody knows that. So I have my edition of acrylic paintings. Flip side, my comic paintings. The Dude comic art of Brett Swanson.
Dude.
So these are just some of the books that I create that I'm going to have there. And then just to bring a couple to everybody's attention.
Because you have been known to collect some comic books, right, Brett? You have been known to collect some comic books and buy some books.
From time to time, I may have picked up a couple books here and there.
From the time we were 10 years old, maybe?
From a couple times. So I am going to have some old Silver Age books, Marvel, DC. Just a couple throwing them out there. Eternals, #3. These are just a couple I just pulled out. Tomb of Dracula 13. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
Right. Some people may not be too into, but I was, just because I like the artwork. Old Lois
Oh, yeah.
Lanes.
Mhm.
Right. Marvel Superheroes with Kazar. I have some other ones too, but this is just one I just pulled out of the
That's
box.
a great cover,
Nice.
dude. Brett, who did that
Oh, it
cover?
is.
Is that Kirby?
It is.
I don't think it's Kirby though.
No,
Colin? Gene
it's
Colin?
Barry Windsor Smith with Herb Trimpe.
Crimpy,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Now here's the crazy
Smith and
part.
Trimpe.
Some people call that Khazar.
Yeah.
I say
Is it
Khazar.
I say Kazar too.
Yeah.
I've
been saying
actually
Kazar my
never,
whole life.
Right,
I've
me
never
too.
heard it Kazar. I've actually heard it Kazar.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
at a show the other day, and everybody in the room was saying, "Do you have Khazar?" I'm like,
Really?
What's
Khazar?
Kazar?
Yeah, I was like, Khazar? He goes, yeah, the guy that looks like, Tarzan. Oh, Khazar.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I've always heard it Kazar. And then of course some old Marvel Tales.
Yeah, reprints, right?
Yep, but they're really good. Over the years I've acquired doubles and triples of a lot of stuff. So I'm hoping to move some stuff. Some other stuff right here.
Nice.
Yeah, these are in really, really nice shape too.
Okay.
Yeah, they're reprinting all the early covers of Spider-Man.
Yep. And then I'm also into DC Comics too, of course, so I do have some old World's Finest.
I am psyched for that movie. Oof.
Yes.
That
Some
Flash
old
movie
World's Finest.
is gonna kill it.
Some old Brave and the Bold.
That's Neil Adams right there.
Neil Adams, baby. You know it.
Yep.
And then just to wind it all down, I mean, this is just a sampling of some of the stuff that I have. And I know some of your vendors are going to have way more than me, but also have
She-Hulk #1.
I'm
Nice.
looking to move this. I got it in a better grade, but it's at a 7. So
Okay.
I'm looking to move this. And then of course, Moon Knight.
I know Moon Knight. There you go.
9. Yep.
And
I have a lot of others.
Did you know that? I was going to say, sorry, the She-Hulk. Did you know that was Stan Lee's last work?
Yes.
At Marvel.
I did.
Yeah, that was his last.
I did know that. Yeah.
Writings at Marvel.
Yes, that's right.
Did you know that, Otto?
I'd heard that, but I believe it, man. Because that was a fun book. She-Hulk was a great book. It was a great character,
It was.
even through, and especially with the John Byrne run, and when he got a hold of it,
he changed it up. He gave it that fourth wall,
yes,
thing.
Absolutely.
Before
Yeah.
Deadpool. And
Yeah,
I
right.
think that's the reason why people loved it at that time, because John Byrne changed the whole panoramic of
Sure.
She-Hulk. It wasn't just like her cousin Hulk Smash. She was just.
But and then having her join the FF, that was iconic. Like having her join the FF, those were pretty good. Those weren't just awful stories. You know what I mean? Those made sense. And it was a great addition to it. So.
Yep.
Wow. So you're gonna have some great stuff, Brett. You're gonna have some great.
I do have some old stuff. I got a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'll have that at my table. And there was there's an older guy. Those that don't know, in my day job, I'm a letter carrier. So this old guy on my mail route a couple years ago, he gave me his whole comic collection. I cherry picked what was good, and then there's still some stuff that are good, but I already have it, whatever. So I'm gonna have a little small box just for him. So hopefully I can move some of his stuff as well. So,
cool, absolutely.
Yeah. But the whole thing is just trying to get the books out, trying to get the variant cover for those that have not picked up the 3 Men in the Basement variant cover.
You want to get that in?
You're gonna have the whole opportunity. Not only that, but you can get it signed by myself, Otto, and Roger.
Sure.
And
That's
then,
great. That's
hey,
great.
Spineworks is there. You can
Right.
like get it graded. You can get it slabs.
Yeah,
Just
let's do it.
saying.
Our friends at
Just
Capture
saying.
Collectibles is one-stop shopping for everybody. So
Just
one
saying.
stop.
Right,
Yeah,
right
just
there.
saying. So
So
That's
it's
right.
going to be
speaking of uh, Otto,
yeah.
Otto, did he
Yep. No, I'm
freeze?
here. I'm here. Did I freeze
There you
up or
go.
did you guys
Hi,
freeze
Cole.
up?
Do you know
Okay.
that Jason? Okay. Yeah, I think you froze up. But do you
Okay.
know that Jason was at Lake Como this whole week,
Yeah, I've
right?
been following him the whole week. With your son, right?
Yeah, he's
Your
with
son
my
is there?
son. They're now in
Yeah.
France right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Yep.
What show is it? Is there a show that they're at?
So
Is
it
that
was
another comic show?
no, not right now. Now they're just enjoying Europe.
Now they're
I
just
mean, they did
vacationing.
kind of
Now
a
they're just
Europe trip.
vacationing in Europe. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, I was following him the whole
Lake Como
time. I saw
was
was cool. I was following him and watching all
tiny.
the videos and stuff. I thought that was fun. So
Hmm.
it looks like they're having a
Oh yeah.
beast of a trip, but I think it's
Oh
time
yeah.
with that segue. I think it's time to bring in my main man, Mr. Mike the Beast Benston. How are you, Mike? How you doing?
Doing well, guys. How's everyone doing tonight?
All right. Good to see you. You know all the panelists here today, Mike, I'm sure.
What's up,
Absolutely.
Mike?
Hey.
What's up, guys? Great
All
group.
right.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Now, you have
All
to
is well.
know that Mike doesn't set up that often at shows. But is this the third time you've set up now, Mike?
This will be my third swap, and I think fifth overall because I sprinkled a few King Cons in between. But yeah, this
Oh, you
is
did.
where I
That's right.
started.
That's right.
Yeah,
And Rhode Island too, right? You set up at Rhode Island.
that's right.
That
So
show we did in
6.
Rhode Island.
That's right.
Yep. All right. So there you go. 6. All right. So we always want to bring Mike on because for those of you guys who don't know, Mike's a great friend of the channel. He's helped us out. He's been a supporter of 3 Men in a Basement from almost day one. Any favor that I ask of Mike, he always does it, especially handing out flyers at Brickhouse Comics when I couldn't make it, or at your LCS, which is what, Mike? Tell me again.
So I go to 2. I go to Richie's Comic Cabana, but
Yep.
actually 3. Cave Comics in Newtown and Infinite Heroes, right? 2 minutes away from my house in Watertown, Connecticut.
Gotcha. All right. Now you were just at Cave Comics.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and our good friend Mitch was there.
The Mitch, the man of Terrificon himself.
Yeah, and
No
Jerry
kidding.
Ordway was there too, right?
Yes, he brought some headshots that he's gonna have at Terrificon, I believe, and he did some really cool ones. He has some Mandalorian, he has some Marvel, DC. So he was there, and we were able to hang out and talk with those guys for a little bit. But yeah, they're both super excited for Terrificon.
Nice, nice. All right. Brett always sets up at Terrificon. He actually was supported with them since before Mohegan Sun. I know
Way
Lenny was there
before.
last year.
Oh yeah. Way back
So-
when it was Connecticut Comic Con.
Yes, absolutely.
Way back in the day. Oh yeah, yeah, yep. In
All right,
fact,
cool.
I remember Jerry Ordway being the main artist.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's way back. Way back.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he's got quite the
Yep.
the group of people right now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Oh,
I just saw
It's
that.
changed. It's changed, yeah.
I just saw that John Beatty John Beatty's going to be there this year.
Yeah.
I know he didn't do it last year. So I was thinking about getting a Secret Wars 8. If any of you guys have one, it's a swap. Please bring one. I was thinking about getting that and
Oh,
having
there you go.
a Venom remark put on it just
Ooh.
because of the relevance of that, But I'm going to stop talking about the books that I'm bringing. I'm going to highlight Mike, and we're going to go the old school highlight.
Highlight this guy, man.
God, Roger looked like he got stung by a bee in that picture. He was so heavy. Jesus Christ. And he does say that, so I'm just not saying it. So, all right. So now, Mike, your collection has changed. It's evolved over the time. So with this, are you looking to buy other books? Are you looking to just thin out the herd? A little bit of everything?
yeah, a little bit of everything. It's we've talked about this, that they're not printing any more silver, golden age books. So a lot of the books, I've been collecting a lot of the DC villain keys and big DC first appearances, as well as trying to do FF, the original Lee Kirby 1 to 100 or 102, and ASM. So those books are always going to be those blue chip books, and it's a little bittersweet. But I have some books that I was attached to, I enjoyed, but now I have an opportunity to move some and work towards maybe a big book, either at the swap or Terrificon.
Yeah, no, good time to buy them. A lot of dealers will have some big books. So you just hooked up a big key at Richie's, right? Not to put you on the spot, but
Oh
was
yeah,
it
so
Richie's or-
yeah, as you've talked about in your videos and your coverage of Richie's on free comic book day, he had an amazing sale, the buy one get one on the wall, and then 20% off the cabinet. It had a ton of great slabs, and he had a Journey in the Mystery 73, which is pre-Thor, and I'm also a big horror fan, so any old monster Marvel
Nice.
DC books, it has like a giant spider on it. It's a Kirby cover, and it was nice because sometimes the best ones are the ones you weren't expecting or looking for, and now you're happy to have in your collection.
Yeah, so 73. So that was probably early 60s, right? Like
I think it's
that's
61 or 62.
61 right there, right? Waffling in that area. So good for you. And I've seen a lot of guys picking up these books because you know what? Unlike modern variants, they ain't printing more of these, right? Like,
Nope, not
that
at all.
that would be a great t-shirt. I collect old books. Why? Because they ain't printing any more of them.
There
I
you
love
go.
it.
All right, Mike. So what do you got for books? Let's see some of the highlights.
So I'll start with some slabs. I've got Wonder Woman 235, a nice Bronze Age Wonder Woman book in a 9.6. Awesome. It is a Jose Garcia Lopez cover, one of the greatest artists, and an awesome Wonder Woman cover. And then I have a 9.8 Doctor Strange 32. This is the first appearance of Dreamweaver, a character that's always kind of been rumored.
Wow.
And who knows what madness Doctor Strange is heading into his next film. So Dreamweaver's a potential character we could see show up. Stick with the 9.8. I got a 9.8 Something's Killing the Children 12. And speaking of Doctor Strange, it's the Sanctum Sanctorum comics variant. So a pretty cool one. These books are starting to get up there now with the the announced show coming. Sticking with the indies, a Canto 1 and a 9.2.
Nice. There you go. I'm not too familiar with Canto, but the people that read those books love them.
Yeah, same. I haven't read either, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
Fun character.
Is it? Okay.
Absolutely. And then, coming hot off the Guardians movie, I have a Warlock number 9, and this is where he dons the classic costume for the first time.
Has everyone seen that movie already?
I have not.
Ooh.
Oh, I give it 2 thumbs up.
Agreed. If I had a third one, I'd give it 3.
Now,
Yeah.
this is what
I
I
heard it
just
was
picked
good.
up.
Yeah.
Yes. It was
Mike,
very-
I just picked up this one.
Love that book.
Ooh.
Okay, and so where does your book relate into that? This is that's
Yours
the new
is
costume.
before
like
that,
said?
Everett. Yours is Strange Tales.
Okay, gotcha. And that's
Yeah.
him and his solo issue. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
He was
okay.
in Strange Tales first, and then he gravitated or graduated to his own title. Yeah.
Nice.
And it's awesome. Awesome stuff.
Starlin was on
greatness.
some trippy shit back then.
Oh yeah.
Starlin.
Big time.
Yeah.
And sticking with the cosmic theme, a character who's still room to show up. We have Incredible Hulk 234 and a 9.4.
Oh, that's a good book. That's an Al Milgram cover right there. That's an Uncle Al cover.
Uncle Al.
Yep, absolutely. And
Isn't that the first? No, but isn't there another character in that book, or is it just Quasar?
The label just says Quasar, and there's a letter from Kurt Busiek in the back, but I've never read it, so there could be one that CGC didn't identify. But
Nice book. White pages too, Mike.
yeah, and then the X-Men are coming, and
oh my girl, 9.6, Mike.
9.6.
That's a huge book.
Wow.
Yeah, I love the character because I'm a big music fan, musician, and always love the character. As bad as the last Fox X-Men movie was, she had a brief cameo, which is one of the best parts.
Mike, put that book back up because I do want to say that. That's John Romita Jr. did the cover. Byrne did the inside, right? Who else did the cover with Romita? I think it says it on the label.
It just says JRJ cover, but it's Byrne and Terry Austin art on the inside.
Yeah, and Chris Claremont. I mean, look at that. That's
absolutely.
I wonder how they got Romita to do the cover. Like they were like, "We're too busy, so you got to do a cover for us." And that's what he comes up with. And
it's awesome. It's an awesome cover. I got a few raws I was going to show off too. one magazine sized. I believe, please correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. You can never find the numbers on here, but I believe this is the first team up of Iron Fist and Shang-Chi.
Oh, nice book.
Yeah, that's that special album edition.
That's a special edition. Yep. Yep.
Got some fun variant covers. MODOK Head Games of #1.
Oh, that's trippy.
Another trippy one. I didn't read this, but I heard
I
this
tell
was
you,
cool.
I cracked up on that character in the movie Ant-Man 3. Oh
Yeah.
my god. It's too
I didn't
much.
hear much from this, but the art was cool, at least on this cover. Gamma Flight #1 is one of the variants. Carlos Pacquiao, and it was a connecting cover too. And then Marvel Zombies with a AF-15 homage.
Yep, there you go.
Oh yeah, love that.
We've got a Captain America #1, John Tyler Christopher
Oh,
variant.
look at that.
Oh.
Now, you
No,
would,
no.
if he signed it,
Serious
you wouldn't
cat
even
face
know
there.
he signed it, right, Brett? If you,
Oh.
You would have to
Yeah,
look
it's
real
like
close.
that small.
yeah,
You'd have to
Yeah,
look real close.
Got some Peach Momoko, an X-Men with
I like that.
Oh yeah,
That's
Starfire,
really cool.
right?
Sunfire.
Sunfire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sunfire.
Starfire was.
You know
Yeah.
that Peach was over there at Lake Como, Otto.
I did see that. She's a tiny girl,
Yeah.
man.
Oh
And
yeah.
then,
Oh yeah.
Shang-Chi. Peach.
Yeah, another Peach Momoko.
Last Peach. It's this came out when Loki was going on.
Oh yeah,
Holy
Kane.
cow.
Yep,
Yeah.
I have that.
Some
Hey,
DC.
hey, Mike.
Yep.
Mike, just to interrupt you a second. When you said you just bought that Journey into Mystery with the big spider on the cover, is
Yeah.
that the prototype of Spider-Man?
It's not that one.
Okay.
I've seen that on eBay. That pops up on eBay more than you think, and I always try to because that's like AF. I think Amazing Fantasy like 10 or 13 or something, right? Or am I wrong? Oh,
Well,
I'm
I
thinking of
could've
the
sworn
Dr.
it's-
Ock. You're right.
Yeah,
'cause
the
there's a
Doc Ock one,
Ock.
but the one, because the one you mentioned is the prototype like of Spider-Man, or
I
a
never knew
spider
that.
that resembles a man in some way or form, but it's the prototype.
Really?
That book you mentioned.
That's all.
Yeah,
I
number
never knew that.
73.
All right,
That's
crack it open and check it out for us.
awesome. That's in the vault.
Like, that's
Oh,
what you got to
he
say.
put it
Lenny, I
away.
take your word for it.
Yes, absolutely.
If you say so, Lenny, you've looked through a lot more books than I have.
Dude, I see on a week, I see like hundreds of books a day.
Yeah.
A nice Adam Hughes variant for the Deathstroke Incorporated series
yeah.
that came out. And we got a Harley Quinn #3. I thought this was a cool Harley cover. We've got Batman Gotham Knights with a little cover swipe homage.
Oh, there we go.
And then some Moon Knight Key, the first appearance of the Sun King, Moon Knight 188.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Then
Can't
some
wait
more
for the
Marvel.
second season on that.
Yeah.
Marvel .1 for Sam
Okay.
Alexander as Nova. And a Nova
Can't wait to
#1.
see Nova
look
on the
at that.
screen.
There you go.
I don't mention Secret Wars earlier.
Oh yeah, number 8.
Okay.
Oh, that's number 3.
That's 3
There's
right there.
Titania.
Yep,
Yep.
and like Volcana, I think, right?
Yeah, I think there's 3 people on this panel right now that had to wait every month for those to come out. We had to wait
yeah, man, I remember
every
it.
month.
Yeah, I loved it though.
I know Brett showed one earlier, but if anyone's looking
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
raw
yeah.
copy,
Yep.
Nice. See, that's what I think is important, because between all the dealers, you're going to get books that are going to be at the grade you want, right? If you want a graded copy, or the raw copy. You're going to have, that's what's so great about having so many dealers, because you're going to be able to find your price point at a book you want that you're comfortable with. You don't have to overprice for it. You'll be able to get it. And that's why I think it's important, because a lot of the stuff that people are bringing, other than the big vendors like Streetside Anthony, JNS Collectibles, stuff like that, the whole swap was unprecedented on private collectors that want to get rid of their stuff. Why?
Right.
Maybe they want to trade. Maybe they want to move up. Maybe they've enjoyed it long enough that it's time for them to move. That was the whole premise of this. So the fact that Power Kid Comics is bringing stuff, the fact that you're bringing stuff like this, I just think is ideal. And the fact that we are seeing multiple books in different grades is going to be perfect for collectors, you know, young and old, man. So I think that's great.
Absolutely. Now, only reason why I'm giving, bringing this is because I did have a higher grade cleaned and pressed and submitted by the fine folks at Spineworks. So if anyone's looking for the first furry beast, I got a raw copy right here.
Nice.
I've never owned that book. Brett, do you have that book?
I do.
Lenny, you have that book?
All right.
Yeah, I got two or three copies of that book.
Jesus Christ. I know. You have 2 or 3. I've never owned that book. I know, that was very rhetorical when I asked Brett to have it. The joke is Brett has everything, and then Lenny I know has everything too. So I'm just So Mike, can you sell me that book so I can be part of the cool kids?
Put it to the side.
Yeah, thank you.
Huge DC fan. I'm happy that, especially after seeing Guardians 3, I cannot wait to see James Gunn at the helm of the beloved DC franchise.
I agree.
And one of the announcements he made, Booster Gold. So awesome, Dan Jurgens creation with the first appearance, first issue Booster Gold. And awesome, another classic X-Men first appearance. I know it's one of Otto's favorites.
One of my favorites right there, Bishop. I got my display right up there.
Marvel Premiere 48, second Scott Lang as Ant-Man. This was found in the basement at Sarge's.
Oh, really? See, Brett, we both missed that one.
Yeah.
Another Marvel second appearance, Brother Voodoo.
Okay.
That's a great character.
Another mutant theme off of Flight number 1.
Oh, love it. Love it.
And a fun what if Doctor Strange was the disciple of Dormammu.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Just a couple more. We've got a low grade, but another awesome X-Men first appearance.
Right. Paul Smith was doing the art at that time, right, Brett?
Yep. Paul Smith
And
was
he's
awesome.
He was awesome. Very underappreciated, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, I agree.
His
would
work
you guys
on that and Doctor Strange are just phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Now, do you think it was just his timing and that being like an alien, like because the Brood were pretty much the aliens, right?
Yeah.
The
It was a ripoff. Yeah.
It was a ripoff. But do you think that was why he didn't get the love that he deserved, or was it just bad timing in general?
I don't know.
Because I'm a comic fan. I love his art. I'm a true Brett too. Lenny, did you appreciate that run when you were buying them?
Oh yeah, I loved it because I'm a huge X-Men fan, and he did change it up a bit instead of the alien coming through your gut, through your body, just eat you up on the inside. The needle from the back of the tail will stab you.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It was pretty violent.
He changed it up a bit, and
oh yeah,
the artwork was just phenomenal.
And I just love it when the Brood Queen went up against Wolverine,
yes.
stabs him, and his healing factor was fighting, and you see his face turn to scales and everything, and healing factor still kicking in and fought back. And it was a great storyline back then.
It was a great storyline. Absolutely.
So my last bunch is Silver Age and maybe older. Got a Strange Adventures number 195. Nice Animal Man cover.
Oh, nice.
Then some Strange Tales 165. Just love these classic covers.
Yeah.
And then 160. Awesome Doctor Strange and Mordo on it.
Oh, I love that. That's Ditko, right? That's got to be Ditko.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's got Ditko written all over it. Yeah.
That looks like
141.
Nice.
He's got the early stuff.
First Eternity.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
And then the last one I'm showing off.
Hey, Mike, are you going to be there with your dad?
Oh yeah, CT Jazz King will be there, and we're looking forward to. He hasn't seen people since Terrificon. I saw some people at King.
God, since last year.
Yeah, so he's excited to see everyone again. The last book, and I love Golden Age books. You don't come by them too often. This is a whatnot win from Davis Ryder. But I'm trying to focus on just Superman and Batman titles. So unfortunately, this is one I think I'm going to be parting ways with. 10 center. The number is the Wiz Comics 47.
That's old school, right there. Yep.
And, it's got the chip there, but
Mike, can you show the bottom of it? How's the bottom look?
The bottom looks pretty good. So it's just really that little tear there, and it presents
early
very
40s.
well.
Yeah.
Early 40s, Brett. That's what that was.
Yep.
Really?
That's good stuff there, man. Yep.
Holy cow!
And
all right.
That's how I brought the show. I'm thinking I'm going to bring like a box of trades. I'm a trade and wait person, so I might just have like a box of trades for $5. Might bring, like pull the Chinmo and just bring short boxes and, $5 to $10 and stuff a book, stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for having me show off a couple of the big ones.
No, absolutely, Mike. And like I said, you've been a huge supporter of the channel from day one. And I think this is a lot of fun. And, this is planned in accordance. And I know Gary was like, this is like the pregame before Terrificon. And you know what? That's a huge compliment to me. That's a huge compliment to 3 Men in the Basement, because when we first started, Brett, we had 35 guys at Dakota's, right? Like,
if that,
if that,
Yeah,
but
it's true.
I will say, whether it was 35 guys, 200 guys, or 350 guys, everybody had a good time, right? And I think that's really what it is. And if you know me, I'm all about the good times. And you know what? If we can all sit around the campfire, have some great laughs, share some quality time, bring people from our immediate family and have them enjoy the things that we enjoy, then it's just a huge success. Roger and I have been working real hard logistically to make this happen. The fact that we haven't killed each other yet is another miracle. And getting these things done, and it's really, really important. So Mike, thank you very much for jumping on with us, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
It's always a pleasure hanging out with everyone on this panel. Can't wait to see all you guys these upcoming shows, and can't wait for Saturday.
Nice. Okay, cool.
We'll catch you Saturday, Mike.
All right.
Definitely.
There we go.
Absolutely.
All right. So we are going. Our next guest, we're a little bit ahead of schedule, but our next guest will be jumping on pretty soon. But I want to show you 2 fun books that I picked up in my recent travels, and I will show you.
Otto, question for you. Question.
Yes, sir.
Otto.
Yes.
When you did your little, running around during Free Comic Book Day, did you give yourself a budget?
I did, and I went well over it.
Of course
you did. I did.
So then why have a budget?
Well, because
it's only to have the budget and then exceed it.
Yes, yes. Because I have to start with a goal. I shouldn't say this. I have to start with. It's like the Matrix. I have to start with a construct, right? Like I have to set a, and then once I defeat it, then I'm defeated. I'm like, so screw it. I'm already over it. What the hell's the difference now? So I set with it because the deals were so good. And I was shocked by all the deals. And
you know what though? Best deal?
Well, it was really intense because Richie's, even though I was at Richie's Comic Cabana, he does, and I'll tell you about this. He does a buy one, get one wall book for free, right?
That's nice.
So really? That's unbelievable. So
because I talked to Uncle Frank about it, he told me.
Yes, and I mean they're not much. I mean there is Silver Age goodness up there. There's Bronze Age goodness. I watched the guy go up there, right? Like I watched the guy walk in. He went all the way down the wall, and he was just grabbing Spider-Man books. Spider-Man. Why not? Buy one, get one. 15 minutes into it, Richie goes, hey, man, you want a short box? The guy goes, dude, I'm going to need a long box for this. So I don't know what he bought or whatever like that, but he went in there knowing that. And I do think, though, that he scouted the place out the day before. But Richie is true to his form. Richie won't sell to anybody beforehand. You got to come that day because it's not fair to people.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he definitely scouted it out. So,
and I've actually been to his store before.
You have? You in your travels?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
okay. There
I've
you
been
go.
there.
Nice.
He's in that plaza. He's inside the
Yep,
plaza. Right? Yep.
Inside Plaza. He's been there for a while.
Yep.
So I'll
I've
show
been
you.
there.
I'll show you what I thought was a fun price, but again, I'm a
Just-
little bit stuck here. So these were my two books that I
because I'm-
bought at
Just because I'm
Richie's.
from Florida doesn't mean I don't travel.
I know you travel, Eddie. So
Mm.
so this was 125. So I'm gonna highlight me, and I'm not gonna bother throwing Roger up anymore. But okay. So I picked up this Warlock because I've never owned it. Not for any reason whatsoever. There were two copies. There was one for 225 and 125. So I went with this. I don't need it in high grade. It's not something I want to get slabbed. If I want to have it slabbed, I'll buy it on my own. But I just love the reds and the yellows. I love the way Starlin did it. And I love the way Starlin put his name smack dab in the star right there. You know, if you can see it. So I thought that was neat. And I've kind of been in this DC mode where I've been appreciating the early Silver Age books and early the Flash books, the Green Lantern books, and the Justice League books. And ideally, I would like to have Justice League 1 through 12. Don't need them graded. I want one to be graded, but I have it raw, but I haven't had it graded because it's got color touch on it. And I know when I talked to Lenny about it, it was more of it bled right through it. So I'm going to end up keeping it. But
someone did a Picasso on it.
Someone did a Picasso with black ink, right? With like, and tried to touch it up and it bled out. So maybe I'll keep them all raw now that I'm talking about it. But this was the other book that I picked up. And I've always thought that this was really a crazy cover. I don't think you can get away with it now with all these political groups and body dysmorphia and stuff like that. But, you know, and even the comments inside, like Wonder Woman's like, I'm so fat, I can't even lift my arms. Boy, that would piss off so many groups right now.
God.
But this early 10 center, you know, number 7. And I think this was a great price. It has water stain damage right down here, I think. And I'm pretty sure I've seen it before because I've done it before. This looks like a tape pull right there.
Oh, yeah.
Where somebody was bagging and boarding it and got it stuck. So they taped that out. So those were two of my bigger purchases. But then I went to Heroes and Hitters. And they're a local LCS in Rocky Hill, and they're a true mom and pop place. And I went there and I wanted to spend money. Okay. I wanted to spend money because they were doing all 50% back issues, and they are good people, and they'll go out of your way to make you feel important, take your time to talk to you, not just, what do you want? Here's the stuff and get out. You know what I mean? How's your day? How's the family going? Da, da, da. They're good people. So I picked up this set, and now this is where I need you guys to help me out. I picked up,
is that where you spent all your budget?
this was a little bit of my budget. This wasn't too bad of my budget, but this is 1, 3, 4, and 5. And I only paid $50 for these books. They were 50% off, but he's like, Otto, just give me $50. And I said, okay, but I can't read it because I'm missing an issue. So I picked these up, and I've never owned it. So I've got 1, 3, 4, and 5. And do you guys know what this run went to? Did it end at 5?
I think so.
I do. I have the complete run. It goes to 17.
Goes to 17?
Yeah.
It goes to 17, and it switches over from Submariner and the Red Skull, or Doctor Doom, and then it goes to Doctor Doom and the Red Skull, and then it goes to Red Skull and the Hate Monger, which was the last issue, 17. But there's also an annual. Yeah.
There's an annual.
Yeah. There's an annual.
I got a lot to go.
I'll tell you what, my very first comic I ever bought as a kid was number 11 of Supervillain Team Up, and it was the Red Skull and Doctor Doom. And that cover to this day is still burned into my head.
They're like fighting, right? They're fighting on the cover.
They're actually fighting. It's a Cockrum cover, and they're fighting, and it's got Captain America, the Shroud, and Namor. Oh,
really?
It's got everything you could possibly want. And young little Brett, probably 6 years old, was like, "Oh my God, this is the best comic ever."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you know, Brett, if you remember, Brett, my favorite cover is number 14. You remember that cover?
Yes, with Magneto.
No, 14 is Doctor Doom. He's like this. and
Yeah.
all of them are on their knees, like
Right, they're on their
oh.
knees. Right, right. And there was something with Magneto and that too. If I got the right issue right. But no,
don't know.
it's a John Byrne cover, right?
Was it?
I'm
It could
thinking it's a
be.
Byrne cover. No, that series was so awesome and so
Very underrated. Yeah,
underrated.
I think you're right. It is
Underrated.
John Byrne. John Byrne.
I think it's
Yeah.
a John Byrne cover.
And
Yeah,
if I'm correct, penciler was Bob Hall.
Bob Hall. Yep.
Really?
And
Okay.
yeah.
Well, as
The
I was
last
looking,
the last time I saw Bob Hall was at Terrificon a few years ago, and I bought. I mean, obviously, I still had my old issue, but it was kind of beat up because I read it for like 1,000 times. But I bought a mint copy, and I had Bob Hall sign it. And I said to
Really?
him, I said, "This was the first comic I ever bought." Yeah, yeah,
wow.
good
Oh,
stuff,
that's
man.
It's very underrated.
It is because I think that was one of the first comics with the villains.
Yeah, they were just
Yes.
villains. Mhm.
Right. But now, as I was looking at number 5, I noticed that because I was looking at it, I'm like, this looks like a Joe Sinnott thing in his ink. So Rich Buckler and Joe Sinnott did this cover. So
Yep.
don't know about the interiors, but I'll have to check it out. But
Oh,
Joe was,
absolutely.
So Otto, if you look at
When
number
it first
one,
started, it was Namor and him, but then it switched over to the Red
Yeah.
Skull. Yeah.
so Otto, when you see number one, does that look like a Jack Kirby to you?
the Doom does,
Yeah, the Doom
But
does.
but the Namor doesn't. So that's
No,
where I
because
was.
it's Buscema did it, John.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nice,
Yep.
nice. So, well, it looks like I've got to get more issues, including number 2. And then I've got to get all the way to 17.
Then you got to
because-
go all the way to 17.
Yeah. You got
Right,
a long way,
but-
buddy.
I got a long way to go, but you know what?
17
I might not have a long way to go because my good friends at J&S Collectibles might have this run. So I'm going to bring on Steve from J&S Collectibles. And before I bring on Steve, just so you know, Steve, another great supporter of the channel, good friend of mine. You can find them every Wednesday night on their own page on Instagram. And last week, they just did a huge Elite comic sale on Elite's Comics.
I saw that.
And they've got great books, always willing to work. If you've ever seen any of my videos, you will know they're coming because I always say the great walls of J&S Collectibles.
Yeah, they got some big walls.
They will also be on the dealer preview show on Wednesday night. But tonight I wanted Steve to come on and just show off some of his raw books because the way the market is going, people are buying raws more than they're buying slabs. I don't know. Just in my opinion, I don't know.
No,
but
I agree with you.
All right, I'll take that. I'll take that.
I've been going to a lot
no,
of
Lenny,
shows.
you're out
and
there,
it's
right? So
tipping
you've
the-
been seeing it.
Oh yeah, they're tipping the scales. It seems like Raw is coming back versus the slabs, unless the slab is like a huge key book and they don't want to deal with restoration.
Correct.
Get a
Correct.
slab.
Good point. Good point.
You know,
Good
but
point. All right.
But if it's a regular book, they want it raw. So
Yep. Interesting. Interesting.
how it
Well,
is.
that's it. I mean, all these were raws just because I want to read through them, man. I want to ogle over them, and I love reading the ads and just it's a sign. It's Americana. You know what I mean? This stuff came out at different times.
Yeah, for Brett and me, it's the smell.
All
You know.
right.
Is a good smell. Yeah.
All right. So let's
Oh,
bring
yeah,
out my
it is.
good friend Steve. He's been hanging in the back for a hot minute.
There you go.
And Steve,
Hey.
how are you, my friend?
I am good. How are you?
Thank you very much for joining us on this little video that we came up, wanted to do. And I just thought it'd be a lot of fun to have you on.
Absolutely. I'm just digging out some stuff from the sale that I think would be cool to show to everybody in viewerdom. And I agree. I'm a big proponent of bring back the raw. Absolutely.
He
Right.
says with a ginormous wall of high-grade cool slabs behind him.
Yeah, I get that. I get
Well,
that.
as a business, we have to appeal to all collectors.
Yes, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
So politically correct. Hello, Jill. How are you?
I'm excellent, Otto. How are you guys doing?
Good to see you. Jill, while you're on with us, working the camera, do you want to give us a plug about Wicked Stitch?
Sure. So I'm behind the camera. I'm I gave myself a title a few years ago. I am the logistics manager for J&S Collectibles and the co-owner. and so that means I book all the hotels and make sure everybody's fed.
Yes.
And all of that stuff. And I also have my own business called Wicked Stitches. I do cloaks, bags, and cosplay pieces. I take custom orders. I bring stuff to shows. Otto see me running around in like holographic scale cloaks at shows.
Yep.
And then I pop over to Steve's booth and sell some comic books, and then I go back to my own booth. So I'm really like the Jill of all trades at J&S Collectibles.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm glad you could join us tonight too, as long as Steve is here too and running it and getting it down. So, all right, now
how are things in Three in the Basement world?
we're doing okay. We're getting excited. We just Roger and I spent a good chunk of change to boost our post on Facebook because it seems like nobody reads print media anymore. So I wasn't going to put it in the Newington Life. And for a quarter of what they were going to charge me at the Newington Life to put a print ad in it, I was able to spend it on Facebook and boost it. I actually had, because for some reason, the 3 Men in the Basement has my phone number attached to it, which is fine. But I actually had 2 people call me on Saturday that must not have read the fine print because they said, "Hey, we're here at the Angry Hair in Newington. I thought you were having a comic book show." I said, "No, that's next week." And both of them said, "Okay, we'll see you then." So the ad's got to be reaching somebody because 2 people showed up, you know?
So here's what I think, Everett. I think you should make whatever ad you've designed
Yes.
to put out, you need to send that to every vendor so they can post and repost that so it gets a wider net.
I agree with you. I'm definitely going to do that, and I'm definitely going to get that out there. And last year we had 350 people through the door. I'm hoping for 500, if not more. I think it's going to be ideal, and I think guys like J&S Collectibles, Power Kid Comics, people have been talking it up, and there's some good buzz around it. And
yeah, we're definitely we're pushing it. We'll be pushing it all this week. When we do the show on Wednesday,
yep,
we'll be pushing it, but we'll be doing our show before we come on the preview.
Correct.
And
Nice.
we'll be hyping it. So if you can send us the your preferred ad, we'll start pushing that out there.
I appreciate that. I'll definitely do that. See, before we start showing off your all the great books that you're going to bring, I want to have this conversation. I think it's important, maybe because we're all collectors at some point, and we are all collectors of different styles of books. But I think the 4 of us are true Bronze Age or Silver Age collectors, and even earlier.
Oh yeah.
So, Steve, when we were talking at CT GamerCon, and we were talking about early DC books, right? And, I'm talking like early Flash books.
Mm-hmm.
When people are looking at those books and they're, 3.5s to 4s, a lot of those books are cream pages. And
Yes.
in some areas, people poo-poo the cream pages. But these early Silver Age books, man, that's how you're getting them, right? To get an off-white to off-white, Steve, do you see them a lot?
Most of the pre-1965 DCs are cream to off-white. That's very common.
Very common, right? And do you think it's just because the way people stored them or because they weren't considered collectibles at the time?
Different quality of paper between Marvel and DC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
DC actually.
I agree 100%.
DC had more money than Marvel at that time. So they
And not only that, but back then those books were disposable. They really weren't thinking they were going to be around forever.
They didn't think long term.
They were cheap. Yeah.
Marvel very cheap.
Yep. Well, Marvel was when it comes to Marvel, the covers were the worst because that's why they have all that chipping. Where it's interesting when you look at some DC books from the same age, the covers look nice.
Very chipping.
They never thought this would be around as long as it is.
No.
They were.
And now look, we're having YouTube shows about it. My God, like the
Exactly.
Jetsons.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
if you look at the 20-cent cover era, 1971 to early 1974, Marvel was nearly bankrupt, and
Yes, true.
the paper quality of those books is not even remotely close to the paper quality of a DC of that same era. Marvel had the cheapest paper, so it falls apart at the drop of a hat.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. Hey, listen, that's the reality of it, and that's what it is. But I was dying to have this conversation, and now that I have the brain trust behind me, I thought it would be great to hear. So, guys, if you think you're getting these early DC books at off-white to whites, forget about it. Be happy you're getting the 3.5s and 4s.
It isn't happening.
So, and that's what it is. So,
unless if you want to spend a fortune, then
right, exactly.
There are a few out there, but they're uncommon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be a significant premium.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree with you. Well, one of the main reasons I wanted Steve to come on tonight was because the JNS Collectibles is so deep that he's got his slab books and his raw books, but I thought it would be great to show off some raw books because we have many different price points. We have many different grades. And again, you're going to see different books at different grades, and it's what you can afford or what you want to spend. And you know what? You might see a couple more She-Hulk #1s. You might see a couple more whatever. But again, this is what you like to collect. And I think that's why 3 Men in a Basement, our swap is so great, because you've got different vendors in a close area with lots of great books. So Steve, I'm going to have you stay on. I'm going to have you show some books off, man. And we'll just chirp in the back and be like oohs and ahs and all that stuff.
I just want to make one comment about the market. I see I've been to a bunch of shows in the last 3 months, and the people who are angry about, saying the show sucks or they didn't make any money are the people that are running out COVID prices.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
When any person comes up to my booth, the first thing they do is whip out their phone and they look at GPA, some other online price guide, eBay or Go Collect or whatever. There's a dozen of them out there.
Oh yeah.
I can't. I don't even keep track of them. As soon as someone says, "Well, Go Collect" or something says this, I stop listening.
he legit just walks away. He does.
That's when I say, "Hey, hon, can you talk to this guy?"
Yeah, he drops those guys on me, and I get to be the jerk that says, "I'm sorry, we don't really care about your feelings."
But
oh my god!
But the thing is,
I don't.
Go ahead. Did we lose him?
I think Lenny might have froze up a minute. That's okay.
All right, but so
yeah, I was going to say I don't blame him to be that way though, Otto.
Yeah, of course. Yes, no, of course. The tire kickers, man. I get it.
No, my point is, if you're so far apart, there's no point trying to reason with somebody. It's better to walk away.
Yeah.
Yep. We did 2 huge live sales last week, and toward the end of the second one, it's 11 o'clock our time. We actually had to explain that on the air to a guy who, super nice dude. He spent a lot of money with us, and he was just really mad that we wouldn't cut a book in half, price wise. And I was like, dude, sometimes it just doesn't work. We appreciate your offer, but the numbers just are not going to match up.
But generally, say for example, I've got a $2,000 book, and they're offering me $800.
Yeah.
I'll just say, you know what, we're too far apart. Yeah. And I'll leave it at that. Mm-hmm. It's not what I'm thinking in my head, but it's what I have to
say. Jumping a lake.
Yeah, really. Interesting. No, I get it. But you know what though? That's where I think that's the problem. I don't know. I shouldn't say this. It's almost disrespectful. Sure, you're taking a shot, but don't. That's less than half, man. Do you really think dude, I've bought these books, I've sold these books, I've got $2,000 marked. If you even think we're in the ballpark at 800, why would I even continue this conversation? Because we're not going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? And even 20% isn't even, it has to have some kind of equity and some juice either way. So I get it. So my God.
The big books, there's not a lot of room. There's there to get an AF-15, there's not a lot of room left.
So I know a lot of guys who sell high-end books, friends of mine, and they basically say that the truth is they work on a 10 to 20% margin.
Correct.
You know, so they're buying a $20,000 book for like 17 to sell it for 20.
Correct. Yeah.
Buying it for 18, selling it for 20.
Correct.
So
Right.
there's no big discount to be had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Spidey won.
Right. Look, I know all of us in this room, and I know all of us that are watching this video on the rewinds are not in business to lose money, right? Like, Brett, are you in business to lose money?
Hell no.
No, Lenny, you're not in this business to lose money.
No,
I'm not either. So I get it.
But I know exactly how he feels, and I don't blame him, because the hardest thing is it's not only the margin, it's can I replace that book?
No.
Good point. Good point.
It's a 50-50, yes or no. And if I do it, you're right, replace that book, how much more is it going to cost me to get
Correct.
that book? And that's been the problem now with collections. You can buy a huge collection, but if there's no key to sustain the value of that collection, then it ain't worth it. You know, you got to just say, yeah, this collection is not for me. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So I'll go up to a booth and I'll see a book with a COVID price, and I'll be like, so, you know, what's your best number on this book, for example, you know, and they'll tell me, they're like, well, you know, I got so and so into it. The person who's buying a book from you doesn't care what you have in it. The thing they care about is what you're going to sell it to them for. And if you bought books at the height of COVID and now they're 30% underwater, you can either sell it, reinvest that money to make it back, or you can hold on to it and never sell it.
Correct. Agreed.
Those are two choices.
Yep. All makes perfect sense. And this is,
and the crazy part is, you know, I've been to, you know me, Otto, I travel the whole country, right? So I've been to stores where I'll ask the owner of the store, how long have you had that book on the wall? Oh, it's been there for 6 months. I said, shit, it's just taking up space. You know, that's real estate. You could have put another book on there. Why don't you just sell it?
Right.
You know? He goes, oh, no, I'm not letting that go because I bought it during the height. I said, oh, well, you bought it on the high end. I get it. But, you know, if you got to pay your rent, pay your employees, gas, electricity, whatever it takes to keep your store running, you might have to make a sacrifice or at least break even. But to leave it on the wall for 6 months, that's got to be killer for a store.
Sure, absolutely.
So my answer to that is that's the difference between a businessman and a hobbyist.
Oh, I like that term, hobbyist. I just
there you go.
That's the difference.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, you know what? That's your comic book knowledge. That's your comic book 101. You know, we have educated you. We have given you the most we can possibly give you in this time. So, Steve, let's see some books, man. Let's see some books.
Yeah, I got to tell you, at shows, sometimes I feel like I'm like Charles Schwab. I'm doing all kinds of investment counseling.
Yes, right.
Get all kinds of questions like working, you know. This one up here, this is like my favorite early Atom cover.
Yeah.
Love that one to watch. This book's getting a lot of traction.
Love it.
Everyone loves, everyone loves a duck with a hot girlfriend.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you know the coolest thing? They actually showed Howard the Duck in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, look
this
at
is
that.
Surfer with pants on.
Yes. Okay.
There are surfers with no pants
naked
on.
surfers behind me.
Gotcha.
Ronin.
Oh yeah, I think they did him wrong.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Which is a shame because Lee Pace could have done that well.
Not high value, but just cool.
Yes, absolutely.
So we recently picked up about 4 long boxes of late silver, early bronze, all high grade, all
nice. Look at that.
So we'll be having a bunch of that at the show.
Nice. Okay.
I love that cover. That's that Bruner cover.
Yeah, this is like the average quality of the book in the in that collection.
Wow.
A lot of nice stuff.
Ooh,
look at that.
That's Nick Fury when he becomes Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Quicksilver.
Yeah, love that cover. Oh, I always love that cover. Yeah.
One of the few books I'd have Steranko sign.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, well, he talked to you for an hour before he actually signed it, but that's okay.
Yeah, you got to bring a lunch and a lawn chair.
Yeah,
Great
Well,
guy
you-
though.
yeah,
You got to bring a chick with you. He'll sign anything.
yeah, yeah.
Ooh, early Wonder
Book- this
Woman. I like
book's under
that.
the radar. Under the radar book.
That's 2. Is that
Iron Man
2?
number 2?
It's golden age, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Cool bronze surfer.
Oh
Nice.
yeah. Fantastic Four.
Defenders 2.
You know, I know Lenny's a Defenders fan. I never was.
You know, I love the Defenders more than the Avengers. Yeah,
Oh.
I love the Defenders. Doctor Strange
at
when
that.
he went solo, the title changed.
Oh,
So-
look at that. That's a good book right
So,
there.
as I said on
I like that.
Saturday night,
That
Everett,
Kirby cover.
come Saturday, it's going to be reined in first appearances.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
These books are like uber popular now, and it's not because of the
Those game
quality of the story.
Yes.
The video game books, right? The video
Yes.
game comic. Yeah.
yeah, video game books, yeah.
We
And
sold
they
every
were all
single
done
one
by
that we had.
Valiant in that time.
I would still rather have this though.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.
Awesome action cover. We got some
Gorgeous.
cool golden age we'll be bringing.
And then we got that.
And then Invincible.
Oh,
Hey, you know you got to have something for
oh,
everybody.
yeah.
You gotta have something. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
Doc
You got
Strange,
you have to.
Nice. I have a ton of these nice high grade Doc Stranges.
Really cool art.
Yeah.
hmm
Got a Juggernaut coming up.
There you go.
Oh my
I like
God,
that
look at
cover.
that.
First Gorgon.
Yes. Always love that character. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
Undervalued book. In my
Yes,
opinion.
somebody was asking about this book, right? I got it on the wall, and they're like, you know, it go, how much for the Dragon Man?
Oh
like, you know,
jeez.
Like, what the hell you
Oh
see
boy.
Dragon Man? I said, I don't
Oh
know
boy.
up there. Then I looked and I saw Dragon Man on the cover, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is just straight up cool.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Great cover. Spine on that looks nice.
It's low grade.
Yeah,
It's,
look.
Okay.
I mean,
but
it in
still.
person doesn't look as nice, but it's
Yeah.
cool. I didn't pick out, you know,
I love that.
the most expensive
blue.
stuff. I tried to pick out the coolest stuff.
Thank you.
Like
I
this.
appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah.
This is from Canada, eh?
Yeah. Okay.
Canadian variant.
Canada. The back cover's all white, right?
No, this is Canadian because of the back cover is blank
The
on
price?
this one. No, this
Yeah.
one's blank.
Yeah,
black
because most
cover.
of those Canadians. Yep, most of those Canadian ones, the square bombs, they are blank on the back.
I have a couple of the Journey annual ones that
All
are
three.
Canadian. Those are blank blacks.
Nice.
Because that
Still
Bruno
amazes
cover.
amazes me that no one
I
has
love
bought
that cover.
I love this
Yeah.
one.
Oh, look at that. That's Neil, right?
Ah.
That's got to be
That's Neil Adams.
early Neil, I think.
That's
Yeah.
Neil. Yep. Oh yeah, that's Neil.
Oh, then we get the moderns. You throw the moderns in there.
So-
Yeah, I figured we got to throw a couple in there, right?
Yeah.
Pre-code horror, astonishing.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah, just something different.
astonishing.
I've always loved this book. I thought it was
Yes.
a classic cover.
Yeah.
With Cap. We got next. I
Oh,
am,
that's
as
another
you
one.
know, as Everett
Oh,
knows,
yeah,
I'm a
Steranko.
huge Steranko fan. I have tons of Steranko. Every time I see it, I buy it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gladiator, one of my favorite books right there.
Because
I
you
love
can
that
never have enough.
character. That's Brett. That's Wally Wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool Doom cover.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
First Airwalker.
Airwalker. There we go.
Something
Oh,
different.
yeah. Is a
Yeah.
herald.
And
The heralds.
believe it or not, Silver Age flashes are hot.
Yes. And you got a couple
Oh,
good
yeah.
silver.
Well,
oh,
look at that movie that's coming up. I can't wait
Yeah.
for that,
Hey, that might- yeah.
It's gonna be
movie.
cool. Some for the EC fans.
Nice.
High grade 7.0.
Oh, that's it. Love it.
Consider this a modern.
Yeah.
Those are getting harder and harder these days.
This is cool.
in a
This has
bottle.
been undervalued for a long time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I can't wait for them to do a Man Thing movie. There you
Oh
go.
my God. Defenders. That's all you, Lenny, right there.
Hey, Oh yeah, love it.
I'm
Yeah, that's Neil Adams.
I'm trying to talk myself into buying a Defenders, a Marvel Future 198, but it just the price tag is holding me back a little bit.
And is it really okay?
I
Squirrel
can't
Girl.
blame you. The 9.8 in that book. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like-
Square Bound too, right, Lenny?
Yeah, it's 5 to 8, I
What
think.
happened?
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
I can't believe nobody bought this. This is like the cheapest one you're ever gonna find.
Yeah.
250.
Yeah,
Holy
That's cheap.
cow.
I mean, like 5.0s go for 250 online.
Oh my God.
You know, you got to have the
crazy.
cable.
If you get one, you got to buy that one, right? There you
Yeah,
go. You got to
you know.
buy the set.
Mix a pair.
Yeah, that's Todd right there.
First,
Look at that.
I can't
Silver
believe we still
Age.
own that.
I can't believe you still have that for $75. My
Low
God, it's
grade.
so
Yeah.
funny.
Yes.
Yeah, but-
Yeah, but
first
still though,
Silver
but
Age,
that's-
But it's
Solomon
affordable.
Grundy.
First
Yeah.
Great Spectre.
Yeah,
Wow.
first Silver Age Spectre.
Yeah,
We're
well,
reigning DC right now.
This is just cool as hell.
Yeah.
I love that cover. One of
It's
my
really-
favorite covers. It's
First,
pre-Avengers 4.
MODOK.
Love it.
We got MODOK.
MODOK.
We got, you know, we got to have a couple, you know.
Better Ray Bill. Brett, remember we were buying that book when it first came out?
Yep.
One of
Oh,
one
yeah.
of our favorite Phoenix covers right
Oh,
here.
there
So-
goes your girl, Phoenix.
That's my girl right there. There you go.
Otto's girl.
Yeah.
So I got a few other pieces that literally just picked up today. Is this book? This pile. This is new
I was
today.
gonna say, didn't we just sell that on Saturday? But that's
We did.
Okay.
New today. You know.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
What did
Yep,
the Submariner
that's
run go up to, guys?
Pre-Defenders
72.
right there.
72.
72.
Submariner went all the way up to
Yep.
72.
Yeah,
Wow.
we got Savage Submariner at some
Oh,
point.
yeah, Samaritan
Picked
went.
up Another
Went
one
higher
of these
than
bad boys.
Love the Tiger Shark covers.
Yeah, I
Sure.
love that. Yeah.
My favorite is the Skull Island subby cover.
I'm going to give you
Yeah.
a secret that this is some undervalued shit right here. If you can find these high grade cheap.
Mhm.
Before Midnight Suns comes out.
Yeah, these are definitely
Early
Wow.
Ghost Rider.
these are a steal if you can get them high grade.
And do those happen to be high grade, Steve?
I
They're
believe,
close.
I haven't even opened them.
Number 2.
Like
Oh.
I said, this is all literally picked up today.
So Steve drove to Maine and back today to pick up books, guys.
Where did he drive to?
Portland.
In Maine.
Did you really?
Oh, wow.
Andrew came on our
Wow.
show today. What a
Holy
guy.
crap.
drive. This is a book that I've been asked about every Wednesday show.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
First,
it's gotta be,
Yeah, that's
First
a cool
female
book.
or something.
First female.
First
symbiote.
Sin.
This
Yeah.
book is picking up traction again.
Sin.
The first Venom solo. And-
Sam De La Rosa book, right?
Yep.
yeah.
And this first Domino is a sleeper too, I think.
Nice.
First Domino.
Okay, for you guys that like sleepers, pick yourself up a 9.8 Avengers 257, a 9.8 X-Men 244.
Yeah.
I used to tell people all the
Mm.
time to get X-Men 266, but that's already expensive.
Yeah.
The other two are not,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
there eventually will be what 266 is now. Like the X-Men 221 is in a dip. You can pick it up a lot cheaper now than you could a year ago. You can grab that up. There's a bunch of
244. That's Jubilee, right?
there's a bunch
Yep.
of copper / modern books that
Yep.
are just laying in the weeds. That they're just money that's waiting to be made.
Yeah. I agree. I think those,
Yeah.
I think
I think 221 is Mr. Sinister, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. That book has eluded me in a 9.8. That book is, I've bought it 4 or 5 times. I've sent a few of them in. I did okay with Bishop, Gambit, Jubilee, but the Mr. Sinister has been hard for me to find and high, just to get it. I'm just gonna have to buy it at 9.8, to be honest with you. So
The X-Men 282 is a hard book to get in 9.8 because it had that card insert.
yes.
So it's very hard to get that book in a 9.8. So if you can get a 9.8 cheap, that's a good grab.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The 281s and the 283s are a lot more available in 9.8 because they don't have that insert.
Yep. Interesting.
But that insert just fucks it up because it puts a crease in the book.
Lenny, you would agree with that, my friend?
Yeah, well, that's why I press it a certain way.
Oh, okay. Little industry secret
Yeah,
right
a lot
here.
of
You
those
gotta,
books that have those yeah, well, a lot of those books that have those inserts either in the center or at the ends, you have to know how to press them. Especially, for example, you know that book, I think you got a 9.8 in it, out of the first fight between Wolverine and Deadpool.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
Or,
yeah, yeah, yep.
Wolverine, it was a 88.
88,
That
88.
one
Yep.
has such that thing's got such a thick insert. I mean, it's just crazy thick. And you know, there's several versions of that book. They have the original one, which the paper was a lot cheaper, and I think
The
it was
new
priced at $1.25 or so.
Interesting.
Yeah,
because
and then
that's
came out
at the
with the
time
Premiere or the better.
deluxe. Used to call it the deluxe
It had a
version
much
and
thicker
the
paper.
regular version.
Yep.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, okay. I get it. I
And
get
it
it.
has a higher. It actually has a higher price. It has a higher price tag on it too.
Yeah, it's like $1 more.
Yep.
Nice.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah, because from
all
my
good books.
understanding, for what I heard, the dealers were complaining about the quality of the paper, so they went back and printed it on a more heavy stock paper.
Really?
The stuff they make now, they shouldn't say white pages because none of it's newsprint.
No, no, right.
They should everything that's printed in the last 20 years should all be white pages automatically
Yeah.
because it's not even newsprint
The
paper.
Otto doesn't Roger have a doesn't Otto have a book that it said it was off white?
Yeah, that was
Or a
that goes
modern
back
book?
that a modern book. Yeah, and all the pages were black. So we think that was, as CGC likes to
I'm gonna,
call it, a mechanical
I know.
error. Okay. So back then we had submitted a Miss Marvel #1, and it was New Teen Titans 12, the first Joker who laughs, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
the Miss Marvel came back a 9.8, and Roger's book came back a 7.0 off white pages.
Did
And
they
that was
put it in the press for like 4 hours or something?
no, it was just they screwed it up.
Put it
So
fake oven.
Yeah.
and Roger's still mad about that, and he'll often talk about that. So
So I should
To
ask
this
Roger
day, he
about
still
that next
bitches
time I
about
see
it.
yeah, ask Roger about it. His blood pressure will go through the roof. Like,
Nice.
oh my god.
Roger, how the hell do you get a modern book with off white pages?
Yeah, exactly. When they're black pages, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We've heard
Yeah,
the
everything
mistakes
is
and
black.
everything like that, but Lenny, how has the turnaround times been
I
at
hear it all the
CGC?
time.
How have this turnaround times been for you?
Actually, very good.
Yep.
Actually, very good. Actually, what now is was economy, now it's the vintage tier.
Yep.
You don't. I mean, unless you need the book back like super fast, you don't have to do fast track anymore. But it's
Okay.
still, you know, 30, 40 days. Where compared to before, it was like 247 days if you didn't do fast track on economy.
Really?
247 years.
Yeah,
Well, if you do a
so-
magazine, it's pretty much 247.
So Brett, myself, and Roger have a CGC delivery right here from Captured Collectibles and CGC that we're going to do on Saturday. So it's going to be pretty fun to see
Nice.
what's in this box.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. That's been a long time coming.
It's going to be a long time coming. So, Steve, really appreciate you jumping on with us.
I got one question for you.
Yeah, shoot.
The books for Saturday. You don't need to have those before Saturday, right?
No, not at all. Not at all, because we're not setting a raffle table up until Saturday, because it'll be set up and we'll just get it going. So
Give it to you.
yep, perfect.
All right.
Fantastic. I know you always give great stuff for our raffle table. So it's just going to be amazing. And I looked at Lenny, or I looked at somebody, I go, I'm going to need $100 in raffle tickets alone because I'm walking out with something. So we're pretty excited. So it's going to be great, Steve. For those of you guys who don't know, I don't have the map on me. Roger does. Steve will be set up in the same spot he was last year. And we will have a floor map set up. And Roger will be showing that off on Wednesday night. Okay.
Do you know who your food truck is?
Yes, we're using a Taste of Home. They were the same food truck that came in with us last year.
Yeah,
It's It's a great food truck with a American Spanish flair, and we're also having an ice cream truck show up like we did last year, and our speakeasy bar. We'll have a few different types of adult beverages. We're gonna have Richie's mango.
Party?
What's that?
Is that the after party?
That's the after party, and actually during the party. So, but we're gonna keep the adult area with the beverages because we know water and comic books don't mix. But some of the beverages that we will be having are Richie's mango margaritas, the Cranky Canadian Long Island iced teas, and the Power Kid Comics IPAs available for you. Okay, so. Great. And then we'll have 1 or 2 other beverages. So yeah, so it's gonna be a great time. Soup to nuts. We really hope you guys can make it. We've got one more guest coming on. And Steve, if they want to find you, where can they find you?
They can find us at JS Collectibles on Instagram and at JNS Collectibles on Facebook. What else do we have?
And if you're ever in Putnam, you can find him at Jeremiah's Antiques, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, you guys, it's always my pleasure. You're my good friends. I appreciate you guys coming on with us. Thank you for taking time out of your day.
All right. Take care.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks.
All right. We'll see you.
See you guys.
All right.
Peace.
Nice. All right. Here we go.
Night, Canada.
Yeah. No. We've got one more guest. We're not going anywhere, fellas. We're not going anywhere. We've got one more guest to jump on with us. We're going strong, guys. I appreciate my co-host staying on with us for almost 90 minutes. But we've got one more guest, and I want to give him his time. And for the first time appearing at the 3 Men in the Basement comic book swap, first time appearing at 3 Men in the Basement here, we're going to bring on my man, Re-Up Hunter. How are you, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, fellas? I'm glad to join the show. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, man. Want to show us.
We're happy we could add you to the show, man. That was really it was really great to for you to to reach out. And, you know, we had 2 guests that couldn't make it. And you know what? We got a spot for you. And we're excited to have you show up, man.
Yeah, I wanted to show you guys and the fans, and I'll leave it up to the fans of one of the books I'll be donating, and maybe in the comments the fans can decide which one I should donate.
Yeah,
there's a 9.8 Nakayama.
Yes. Yes. That's what I want you to do. That's what I need that.
Another one, the option that you could pick is the Spider getting #1.
You know, I gotta highlight you, bro. You're showing bangers right off the bat, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave these up to the fans, but the fans got to say in the comments, what do you guys prefer? I mean, you just got to make sure to show up to the show, and I mean, you got a good chance of getting these, man.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it, dude. Thank you very much for actually showing those. And leave the comments below, man. Leave a comment below.
Yeah, leave a comment. Let me know which one I should bring. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Some of the stuff I'll be bringing. I'm actually curious.
Hot book right here
is
a hot book.
Some heralds. I don't know which heralds you guys believe in.
Yep.
Nova, our Lord.
Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, they're all pretty cool. I don't know which one though.
No, I don't know. They're good books, man. That's it.
Another one I don't see too often, but it's a cool cover.
Scarface, really?
Yeah, I don't see this one too often, but I didn't even know.
I've seen it, but it's a nice a nice cover.
The Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Some Scarlet Spider. Some other stuff. Some Green Lantern.
Oh, all right. There you go.
Now we're getting into it, right? Oh, look at that. Star Sapphire. Oh, great cover.
Yeah. My lady.
Purple Man.
Deep, my man. Look at that.
And #4.
Purple Man. Great character.
Yeah, Purple Man. You got
it. The guy who played that part on Netflix was phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Made that villain. Made that villain.
Oh my God. He was
great.
He was badass, bro.
Yep, absolutely.
See, I like some sci-fi covers.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is nice.
From Romita. Stuff that I always bring to the shows that I can never keep in stock is some Dave Stevens covers.
Oh, I love those. I got a bunch.
Johnny Quest.
I got that. Betty Page. Twisted. I got that. Love them.
Oh, of course.
Got that. The King Kong.
Love those covers. Love those covers. Some hopefully it'll make it to Disney Plus.
Yeah. There are multiple copies of that. Whoa, bro. Oh my
Other stuff that I always bring to shows too is, and I always see a bunch of collectors, always some Scotty Youngs,
Scotty Young.
some
Yep.
old ones.
We did a signing with him not long ago.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice,
look at that.
nice.
See, I would get that one signed, the She-Hulk or the Moon Knight. If I had a choice, it would be one of those two to have
It's
Scotty Young
just so
signed.
many choices.
I just watched
So-
the movie. It's really good. What you guys think?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched it
loved
yet.
it.
so-
I'm
give
not
it
gonna ruin it
Two
then.
thumbs up.
Okay. Love it.
Ooh.
Now, why is this one important? Does that have to do with the movie, that Captain Marvel book right there?
Yeah, I'll just leave it at
does?
that.
All right. I'll keep it quiet.
Yeah,
That's
we
what you
won't
wanna say,
tell you, Otto, because you didn't
Yeah,
see the movie.
I've seen a few people post that, and I'm like, all right, I can see that. As TiVo would say, they're tea leaves.
Yeah. You can say that.
You know.
So I got some cherry popped out, some that are hard to find. So if anybody's looking to complete a run, I got the hard to find issues.
I don't know anything
I
about
like
those.
these covers too.
I love cherry pop tart. Love cherry pop tart.
Cherry Pop Tart. I don't know if you can see the cameo in the back. I don't know if you guys know who that is. X-Files.
Scully.
Oh yeah, Scully and Mulder. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. I got the first issue and the first appearance of Cherry.
Nice. Yeah, man, it's hard to find some Cherry Pop.
You have to be careful with those because they went up to 7 printings.
Really?
On a lot of those issues, yeah. And it's distinguished by the price tag. And that's
like $1.25 versus the dollar one, something like that, right?
Yeah, because on the inside it won't tell you anything. That's what I don't like about those books. They won't tell you if it's first, second, third, fourth. You won't know until you submit them to CGC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Price.
Brett, are those books that you ever
collected?
collected? Brett, did you ever
never collected
those?
No, I should have. Yeah.
Now's your chance, though, right, Rhea?
Just
Now's
like
your chance.
Teenage Turtles, is just something I never got into. I should have though.
Right.
I noticed foreigns are starting to like pick up a little bit, so I got some of those too.
Ooh, foreign.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit.
Those are nice shape. Wow, that's nice. Hey, Otto, that might be for you.
That might be for me, bro. God damn. Credit cards, cash, re-up. Re-up. You take cash, credit card, whatever.
All of the above.
Venmo. Young children for work. I mean, my kids, of course, not random children.
I don't know about that.
Well, you gotta bribe your daughter every time you gotta put her to work out.
Oh, I know. This time I'm not putting her to work. She's too expensive. So
now my highlight, my best piece on the wall that day is gonna be this.
Oh my gosh.
That's nice.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
Cocaine, yeah.
Oh shit.
That's a tough book.
This is a tough book, and it's a high grade.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
you want to know
what
what
is
it
it?
is? You got to come to the show and check it out. Yeah, it's hard to get this book at all. Generally, even raw.
Wow.
What grade is
That's
it?
a tough book.
You got to come to the show and find out.
You got to come to the show. Okay, I'll do that. What year is that from, though? What this is where
1981.
Really? So I got to tell you something. I mean, I don't know much. I hang around people who know a lot more than me. So when you're watching this on a rewind, when you got the guy above me and the guy below me going like, wow.
Yeah. Wow.
It's one of those well-known indie books, Otto.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like an underground. It's the cover.
Stuff.
It's the cover that grabs everybody.
Oh yeah. See, Otto, that's what happens when you're just a Marvel fan, and then
I know, dude. I'm a fan. Look, dude. I look like such a Padawan right now next to you guys, man. I need to go back to Jedi training.
Look at Brett. Brett is like this. I am the master.
And I don't know if there's any Marvel Legend collectors out there, but I have a HasLab Galactus, brand new in the box, sealed too.
Oh, look at that!
This one's out of the box, but
nice.
Otto, don't you have a big Galactus statue?
I do. I have a hat. Look, he's throwing up the 3, bro. I love it, dude. Throw up the 3, man. Nice.
If anybody's looking for one, let me know. Leave it in the comments because I don't know if I want to bring them or not.
Okay.
But also, I got like 4 long boxes of trade paperbacks. I don't know if that's the type of crowd that's just looking for keys or just stuff to read too. But I'm on the fence whether to bring it or not.
Yeah. Bring it all. We'll see. You know what I mean? I really appreciate you reaching out. I know it's the first time you're jumping on with us, but thank you very much for taking your time out and believing in us and showing up to the show. Hope it's everything,
man. I'm excited.
So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so we've been on for, we're going on almost 90, a little bit more than an hour and a half. And you got some bangers. And what we're going to do right now is I'm just going to go around the horn and have kind of everybody sign off and re-up. Stay with us, man. Don't go anywhere right now. All right.
Cool.
I'll have Brett start off. Brett, where can they find you? And I know you're going to be with us this Saturday, but if they wanted to find you and order some books beforehand, how could they find you?
You can always get in touch with me, powerkidcomics.com.
Okay. Love it.
Or you can also reach out to 3 Men in the Basement. You know where to find me.
All right. Lenny, if somebody needed to get a hold of Lenny for pressing, cleaning, using the 3 Men in the Basement 10% discount for cleaning and pressing, where could they find you if they had to?
Well, of course, on Facebook, spineworkscomics.com, same as Instagram, and we also have our website, www.spineworkscomics.com.
Perfect. Absolutely. All right. And you guys know if you need to get a hold of either of these guys, you can always reach out to me. I've made many introductions between everybody, and it's always great when you have somebody who can make your introduction before you. So my man, Re-Up Hunter, first time on 3 Men in the Basement, first time at the swap, brought some bangers, man. I appreciate you sending us home with such a great encore, man. Thank you, bro.
Thank you for having me. Looking forward to the show, guys.
All right. So you guys, that's it. You're watching this on a rewind. You're going to be watching this Monday night at midnight going into the week. You've got 5 days to check it out. Please comment if you want anybody to bring anything, whether it's J&S Collectibles, any of the Mike the Beast Benson, Re-Up Hunter, Lenny from Spineworks, the Haslab Galactus throwing up the 3. And if you need to reach out to anybody. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find us this Saturday, May 20th. Bring your family, bring your kids. Kids get in for free. Ice cream truck, food truck, DJ, comics, great people in the comic book community. On behalf of these 3 great men, I am Everett Otto. You are watching 3 Men in the Basement, and we are out. Peace.
Good night, Canada.